What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and every single morning you wake up, there is something new on 50 Cent's Instagram page, and most people have no idea what's going on. 50's just airing out somebody, but in this case, he is airing out Maino, Fabolous, Dave East, and Jim Jones, and it's because of what they said on their Let's Rap About It podcast. And of course, 50 holds no mercy for anyone. He will go at anybody that is trying him or trying to disrespect him or trying to disrespect really the Diddy documentary, because he feels what he did was right. And I'm in agreement with him. I think what he did was right. There's nothing wrong with it. It's public information. They just put it into a piece so people can watch it. That's really all it is. He's not revealing really any new information besides the behind the scenes footage. Other than that, there really wasn't anything completely brand new. So when people are, throwing he's snitching or this and that, never made sense to me. But of course, a lot of people just don't have common sense. Continuing on, 50 decided to react to a clip from their podcast where they are talking about documentaries. So the first thing that 50 posts was completely random. It had people questioning what is going on. And it's the definition of squatters is the image that he posted first. Squatters are individuals who occupy a property without legal title, permission, or lease, often in a vacant or abandoned buildings, differing from trespassers by intending to reside there long term. This is the question is like, why would 50 post this? People were like, what's going on? On 50 Cent's page, he'll just randomly post some Instagram stuff and you have no idea what's going on. So I'm here to fill in the context. And then in the next photo, he posted the Let's Rap About It podcast with Maino, Dave East, Fabolous, and Jim Jones. In the caption, he said, "These guys are squatters. They owe $250,000 for the space they are filming their podcast. These bums are trying to win Best Dressed Award and can't pay their bills," which is crazy if true. You'd be surprised, man, how many of these podcasts actually aren't profitable for a lot of these artists and they just end up not doing them. And there's a reason why. I'm not going to get into it because I've been in the world, obviously, with this podcast. I know the monetization, content creation world. From here, Cameron, put eye emojis in the comments, which is hilarious. But Jim Jones, he put a story of Jim Jones loses Jersey home in foreclosure amidst sold for $100. And then he put a bunch of photos of Jim Jones around these parties pretending like he's cool, basically. And then people were wondering, like, why did he post this? What's going on? And then the second post, he actually posted a clip of their podcast where they are talking about documentaries. But the clip makes it seem as if they are talking about the Diddy documentary. That's the interesting part about this clip. It's edited to make you think that they're talking about 50 Cent's Diddy documentary. And actually, if you watch the full clip in its context, they don't mention 50 or the Diddy documentary at all. But they are subliminally mentioning it because they release it literally like after the Diddy documentary came out, then they released that episode talking about documentaries. So the timing of it was, very, very, coinciding with that documentary, but they never mentioned, the name of anybody in there. They were just talking about, hey, are you okay with somebody releasing a documentary about you? That's it. They didn't mention no names or nothing. So 50 posted that clip. Check it out.
Documentary's more like a mockumentary, shit like that. How can it even be called a documentary though? Because you call a documentary when it's not.
So as you can see with that clip, it looks like they're talking about that documentary, but they're not. And the caption says, "I understand Diddy was your hero. Stay down with him. I don't care if you let him play with your butt. Then act like you don't remember." Maino then saw that and responded on his Instagram, and he posted a photo of 50 and curly hair with the Pimp and Curly series. This is a Photoshop one, but he used to do Pimp and Curly, that series, when he was trolling Rick Ross. And in the caption he said this: "Meet Killer Curly, ladies and gentlemen. He helped me get my record deal before, so I'm gonna always be grateful. So it's gonna hurt me to drag this guy to hell. Fuck is the problem, Curtis? Who has your G-Unit G-string in a bunch? Is it the B in you or the diabetes? But let's rap about it." Of course, 50 saw this, responded, and he posted like suspect videos of Fabolous with, Diddy with French Montana, which is kind of weird, shirtless, by the way. And Diddy's out here just preaching and talking all kinds of crazy stuff. And then he posted that clip that's famous where Diddy's asking Fabolous, like, why don't you ever party with me? Like, why didn't you ever partied with me? Which is weird from Diddy considering all the stuff that's going on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friend. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
This is a special birthday for both of us.
Stop. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, dear Fabulous. The only nigga that got the name that I want. Make a wish. One. Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day.
Every day's a birthday on Drink Champs, goddamn.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, when you put my bag.
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and
here.
scraping. When you scrambling and scraping for shit.
Look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because I'm saying it seems like a thing.
I miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. It's me, Tyrese, Ray J, and F. Gary Gray. You know what I'm saying? I like different personalities. So I was like, I never knew they would become what they are today. But you know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, that sounded like the type of night I want to have in Vegas. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So Ray J is like just really like feeling like Ray J right now.
Bro, my shit running. Diddy took my ass.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose. He knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody.
After posting that video in the caption, she said, LOL, how they just let him do whatever to them. From there, Maino appeared on Angela Yee's Way Up podcast and addressed the stuff that 50 posted on his Instagram.
All the squatters.
Yeah, he called you guys squatters and said you guys owe $250,000. So is that true?
I don't know nothing about that.
So that's Maino's response. He just basically said, hey, I'm with the smoke and all that. He didn't, though, mention or like really address. He kind of just like, man, I don't know what he's talking about the rent of the podcast and owing $250,000. He didn't. He kind of just brushed past that without really addressing it like that. But so we don't know what I'm just saying that to say we don't know if it's true or not. It was just kind of weird how Maino didn't really address that. Then after that, 50 sees that, and on his Instagram, he posts something that would really shut things down for them, like immediately if he actually does this. And this is like next level petty. This is why you don't beef with this guy, because he just knows stuff about you that is very private, will find out things and will twist it and just destroy your whole life. So he posts a photo of him very aggressive looking, and then he says, I didn't have this on my list of things to do, but if you insist, I'll make time. I'm working on buying the space where you film and 50% of your podcasts. You know I don't cap. So that would be insane. If he ends up owning that building that they're recording the podcast in, and then on top of that, owning 50% of that podcast, which I don't know how that would work. Maybe they're tied to a certain company and 50 just come in and offer them X amount of dollars to own 50% of it. That would be hilarious. At that point, he's basically their boss. That's crazy. That's like next level stuff, but we'll see, man. They'll probably address it on their podcast and they'll talk about it. And, their podcasts, at least what they say, I haven't watched their podcasts ever, but they say they don't really talk about any gossipy things. They don't address like news or people going at them. They just talk about like what ifs or stuff like that. What if you're this? What if that? What if you approve of this or that? They don't really mention specific stories or names, but it was just the timing of when they released that, talking about documentaries. It coincides exactly with 50 releasing his Diddy documentary. So that's where all that came from. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, what will happen out of this. I don't think 50. What's crazy to me is like this podcast of them, what they're doing. Like, one, I'm surprised Fabolous is a part of it, because Fabolous is like next level compared to them. Like Fabolous is at a different level, like musically. He's dropped way more hit records, way more albums. Like Maino, Dave East, and Jim Jones, they're kind of in the same category. It makes sense for them to do a podcast together, but Fabolous could do something way bigger and better. And from what it seems like in the podcast clip, because I haven't watched their podcast, it doesn't seem like he's really interested in the conversation. But that's my take on that, at least. Yeah, let me know what you guys think and what you think is going to happen moving forward. That's it for today's video. If you guys want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diverse mentality. For just $3 a month, you can get my videos uncut and raw the way I intended them to be, but couldn't because of YouTube. Plus, you also get access to our Discord community, where we have a great community talking about hip-hop and various other things. It's very dope. So only $3 a month. I'd really appreciate the support. Also, follow us on social media at QuakeGW and at Diverse Mentality. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.